My name is Nico. I'm a full-stack JavaScript developer. I'm from Romania, so I was born here. I work from Transylvania, from a lovely town with German heritage, which is called Sibiu. Certainly. The role that I currently have is full-stack JavaScript developer. I've got almost 10 years of experience in the sector. Now, out of the most notable companies that I work with from Germany, I can name Porsche, Dativ, and BMW. From the UK, there was Universal Music Group, Legal and General. In my current role, I'm working with Angular and Node.js. But my current specialties also revolve around the more known JavaScript front-end libraries and frameworks, such as React, Angular, and on the backend side, I'm doing work with Node.js, Express to be more specific, as well as a little bit of work with the full stack framework, which is Next.js. Why should clients use a Nearshore developer? So my answer kind of applies for candidates who are labeled, as seniors, so 5, 7+ years experience at least, let's say. Well, the main reason that springs to mind is technical versatility. I'm not referring to one particular framework here. I'm referring specifically to the ability of being very easy to insert inside a big or small team within existing projects. Keyword here being existing. Now, time and time again, these developers have been changing projects and teams way more often than other devs who work 7 years just on a single code base from a product company, for example. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But in doing so, they've acquired skills to pick up existing technical depths very fast, and they need a minimal time for the initial ramp up. One of the biggest advantage of nearshoring that I see is, it might seem trivial, but I see it as being pretty important, is the communication bit. What I mean by this is that someone who's been a part of different teams from across the globe has pretty much grasped the cultural differences, or peculiarities in terms of being an effective communicator. So there's very little adjustment needed for that person to sync and find a common ground with other colleagues when the situation dictates it. Now, ensuring effective communication and collaboration with clients in different time zones might be challenging at times, but in such cases where there are different time zones, what I personally do is I ask about their core hours. So after finding out what those are, I mark them as kind of like red time zones in my calendar, and during those hours, I make sure that I have all the devices connected to their chat platforms, such as phones, the watch, so that I'm always aware of what's going on. Advice that I would give to companies considering nearshore development for the first time be voice out your fears, as in, I assume most of them are related to perhaps cultural fit or just general demeanor verification, let's say. Just insist on meeting the person who will be assigned on a project or due to be technically tested. Doesn't have to be more than 10, 15 minutes. But if there isn't such a time, which is understandable, ask for genuine digital footprint. What I mean by that is, don't just accept a diluted, boring CV where it says that a person is a technology evangelist or some ninja or other buzzword of that kind. Ask for a profile link. That could be a LinkedIn profile, for example, and get to see if that person has endorsements or recommendations from real people. That's how you make sure it will be a smart choice. Well, in terms of the IR35 working with Nearshore, to put it short, They work brilliantly as there's no risk associated with the IR35 intricacies because the nearshore associates fully bear the responsibility of correctly having their tax paperwork done. So all the discussions around IR35 can be put to bed, fortunately, in the instance of choosing to work with, with a nearshore agency.